At my sister's wedding, after screaming that she deserved the groom more, her jealous ex-friend tried to bribe the photographer to delete all ceremony footage. Unfortunately for her, the photographer had been recording audio the whole time. Mid-reception, I projected her bribe attempt on the big screen. Guests booed her out before cake was even cut, and she was banned from every family gathering for life. I'm Marlene, 36, and this happened last spring in Asheville, North Carolina. My little sister Callie, 28, was getting married to Jacob, 32. We all liked Jacob from the beginning. He was quiet, kind, and good to her in every way. The kind of man you hope your sister finds. He treated our parents with respect. Never acted above anyone. He even helped my dad rebuild the deck last summer without being asked. That kind of guy. The wedding was set for April. A small ceremony with about 100 guests, mostly family and close friends. Rustic barn setting, warm lighting, wildflowers everywhere. Callie's dream since she was a teenager. I helped plan almost all of it since our mom passed away 3 years ago. It meant a lot to both of us. Now here's where the story goes bad. Trish. Trish and Callie had been best friends since middle school. You know the type, inseparable, always at each other's house, shared clothes, shared secrets. Trish used to feel like my second little sister. But something changed after Callie got with Jacob. At first, it was subtle. Trish would laugh too hard at Jacob's jokes. She'd sit a little too close, compliment his shirts, then say something like, "I picked that one out when we went shopping last year, remember?" Little digs like that. Enough to notice, not enough to fight over. Callie brushed it off. "That's just Trish," she'd say. "She's always like that." But Trish wasn't just being playful. She was bitter. After Callie and Jacob got engaged, Trish started acting nasty. She'd throw in comments about how some people get everything, or that Jacob was boring now, or that Callie used to be more fun before she settled down. Then came the bachelorette party. That was the breaking point. It was a weekend trip to Charleston with 7 of Callie's closest friends. On the second night, we're having drinks at a rooftop bar, music playing, everyone dancing. And Trish gets wasted. Not tipsy. Wasted. Slurring, spilling drinks, crying. And right there, in front of everyone, she shouts, "You don't even love him the way I do. I've loved Jacob since the day I met him. He was supposed to be mine." The whole place went silent. Callie didn't cry. She didn't yell. She just walked away, packed her bag that night, and left Charleston the next morning. Trish was uninvited from the wedding the second we got back. We all thought that was the end of it. We were wrong. Trish showed up to the wedding anyway. She wasn't on the guest list. We have no idea how she found the location. It was on private property. My cousin thinks she saw her sneak in through the back trail near the woods. No car in sight. She just appeared halfway through the ceremony, standing in the back, arms crossed, glaring at Callie the whole time. I saw her, but I didn't want to cause a scene. I figured security could deal with it later. I had no idea how far she was planning to go. After the ceremony, while the guests were headed to the reception hall, Trish cornered the photographer. This guy, Sam, was a friend of mine. Not some amateur either. He's done weddings all over the state. Very professional. She offered him $500 in cash to delete all the footage of the ceremony. All of it. Photos, video, everything. Sam said no. She upped it to $1,000. Still no. He told her flat out, "You're out of line. Get lost." What she didn't know was Sam always records backup audio on a small mic clipped to his vest. It runs the whole time, even between shots. Picks up everything, even conversations off camera. So we had her voice, clear as day, offering a bribe, begging him to delete Callie's wedding footage. I found out about it later that evening when Sam pulled me aside. He looked pissed. "She tried to pay me off to destroy the footage," he told me. "And I have it all on audio." That's when I got an idea. There was a projector set up in the reception hall to show a short montage of Callie and Jacob's childhood photos. I talked to the DJ, had him pause the music. Everyone was dancing and laughing, but I walked up to the mic and said, "Sorry to interrupt. Can everyone please take a seat for just a minute? There's something important you all need to hear. The music cut. The crowd sat. Trish was near the back, sipping wine like she hadn't just tried to sabotage a wedding. Then the speakers played her voice. Word for word, I'll give you $1,000. Just delete the ceremony stuff. You don't understand. I deserved him. She doesn't even care about him the way I do. Please. Just erase it. Dead silence. Then gasps. Then whispers. Then someone actually said, "What the hell?" out loud. Trish stood up, tried to leave, but she was too late. People started booing her. Some of Callie's friends yelled, "You're disgusting." One of our aunts even threw her drink in Trish's direction, not to hit her, but just out of pure rage. Trish stormed out of the hall, slipped on her heels in the gravel outside, and almost ate dirt. She didn't even make it to the cake cutting. That night, our dad told her she was banned from every family event for the rest of her life. She's out. Forever. All because she thought she deserved the groom more than her best friend. And because she didn't realize the camera was always rolling. You'd think that would be the end of it, right? That a public humiliation like that would send someone crawling away for good. But Trish didn't go quietly. 3 days after the wedding, I got a call from Callie. She was crying. Not just regular crying, hyperventilating, heart-pounding panic. She told me someone had posted a video online. A clip, cut from the ceremony footage, where Jacob stumbled on a word during his vows and laughed nervously. The caption read, "This is the face of a man forced to marry the wrong woman." The account that posted it had no name, just a burner. But the comments were nasty. Things like, "He's not in love with her. He looks miserable. This marriage won't last a year." It went semi-viral in our town. Facebook moms shared it. People whispered. Callie was crushed. She didn't want to leave the house. She canceled their mini honeymoon to Gatlinburg. She even talked about getting the marriage annulled because she didn't want Jacob to feel trapped. Jacob, to his credit, stood by her. He made a post of his own defending her. Said he'd just been nervous speaking in public and that he loved her more than anything. But the damage was done. The video made Callie feel humiliated all over again. I knew it was Trish. Had to be. Who else would even have access to the footage? Only one problem. None of us had proof. Sam still had the master files, and he swore he didn't leak anything. That meant someone else had copied the footage. Someone had gotten into his computer. So I asked him, "Who else has touched your gear?" He hesitated, then said, "Well, I let my girlfriend, Naomi, use my laptop once to look something up that night." Naomi. I didn't know her well, but I'd seen her standing awkwardly with Trish near the back of the reception. Talking, whispering, laughing. My stomach dropped. Sam confronted Naomi. She denied everything at first, then finally admitted she had plugged in a USB drive just to back up the photos in case he lost them. Claimed she thought she was helping. She gave Trish the footage. We made Sam block her and cut all contact. But it still wasn't over. 2 weeks later, Callie started getting anonymous letters in the mail. Handwritten, ugly messages like, "You stole someone else's life. You don't deserve happiness. He'll leave you just like your dad left your mom." That one hit hard. Our dad didn't actually leave. Our mom died of cancer. But Trish knew how to twist the knife. Callie broke down again. I had never seen her like this. She wouldn't eat. Barely slept. She kept checking the locks. Jacob begged her to go to the police, but the letters didn't have fingerprints or anything they could use. I couldn't stand it. So I did something risky. I called Trish. I didn't tell anyone I was going to call her. Not even Callie. I waited until late at night. Dialed the number from a burner app so she wouldn't recognize it. She answered after 2 rings. "Hello." She sounded calm. Like she didn't just try to ruin someone's life. "It's me," I said. "Marlene." Silence. Then a sharp laugh. "Well, look who finally called." I kept my voice even. "I know it was you. The video. The letters." Naomi confessed. She didn't deny it. just said, "So? What are you going to do, Marlene? You already humiliated me once." My hands were shaking, but I didn't let her hear it. "I'm going to ruin you if you don't stop. This isn't just about a wedding anymore. You've crossed into harassment. And I swear to God, if you send one more thing to my sister..." "You'll what?" she snapped. "I loved him. She knew it. You all knew it. And she married him anyway." She was full-on ranting now. I just listened. "She stole him from me. I saw him first. I was there first. But no, pretty little Callie gets everything, right? She doesn't even know how to make him laugh. She's boring. He loved me more, and everyone saw it." I recorded the whole call. I hung up before I said something I'd regret. The next morning, I went straight to Jacob with the recording. He was furious. He said, "She's delusional. I was never interested in her. She made that all up in her head." Then he told us something we didn't know. About a year before he proposed, Trish had kissed him. It was during a group hike. Callie had gone ahead on the trail. Jacob was sitting on a rock adjusting his boot. Trish sat next to him, started talking about how lucky Callie was and how she wished someone looked at her that way. Then she leaned in and kissed him. He pushed her away. He told Callie that same night. She confronted Trish, who swore it was a misunderstanding and that she was tipsy from the wine. Callie chose to believe it was a one-time thing. Now we knew it wasn't. The letters, the video, the sabotage. It was never over. It was building, and we had to stop her. So we decided to hit her where it would hurt most, her reputation. Trish worked at a small private school as a teacher's aide. Loved to post about it. Inspiring young minds, she'd write, next to pictures of her in the classroom or holding up drawings kids had made for her. But guess what? That school had a strict morality clause in their contract.
No harassment. No inappropriate conduct.
No behavior that disrupts the learning environment. We didn't want to get her fired. We wanted her to get help, to stop. So we emailed the school, anonymously, sent them the call recording, told them she had been harassing a former friend, including sending anonymous letters and trying to bribe a wedding photographer. They called her in for a meeting. She didn't get fired yet. But they put her on probation and told her any more drama would result in termination. And here's where it gets weird.
She showed up at my job.
Not at my house.
My job.
I work front desk at a dentist's office. Harmless, quiet gig. Been there 10 years. She walked in at 11:30 a.m., right before lunch, wearing sunglasses and a fake smile. I froze. "Marlene," she said cheerfully. "Mind if we talk in private?" I stood up.
No.
"You need to leave.
Now."
She leaned in, lowered her voice. "I want the original recording deleted. The one from the wedding. Or I'll come for your job next." That's when I realized something. Trish wasn't just obsessed with Jacob. She was obsessed with control. She wanted to erase every moment she wasn't chosen. She couldn't stand the idea that people saw her fail, that people heard her lose. I called the police. She left before they arrived, but now there was a report on file. I showed them the letters, the audio from our phone call, even the voicemail she left me after the dentist office incident. They started a formal investigation, but we still didn't feel safe. So we got security cameras installed at our house and at Callie's place. Changed locks. Alerted neighbors. Even set up motion detectors. And then, just when we thought things might die down, Jacob got a message from an unknown number. It was a picture of him sleeping. In his own house. The picture of Jacob sleeping shook all of us. It wasn't some old photo either. The bedsheets were the new set Callie had just bought 2 weeks ago. His arm was in the cast he'd gotten from a minor bike accident the weekend before. This was recent.
Callie freaked.
She called me sobbing. Jacob checked every door and window. Nothing broken. Nothing missing. But someone had been in their house. They called the police again, and this time, it wasn't just harassment. It was stalking. They dusted for prints. The back door had signs of being forced, but whoever did it wore gloves.
No prints. No prints. Nothing.
That's when I remembered something. During the wedding planning, Trish had helped Callie pick the locks for the decorative wooden boxes used for wedding cards. She'd bragged about taking a locksmith class once, just for fun. I thought she was joking. She wasn't. We finally got a detective who took it seriously. We gave him everything. Audio, texts, voicemails, the picture, the letters. He subpoenaed her phone records. That's when it all started crumbling for Trish. Turns out, she'd been texting Naomi using encrypted apps, talking about how everything would be fine once Jacob saw the truth and Callie isn't meant to keep him. She'd been driving by their house almost nightly. One neighbor's ring cam finally caught a blurry image of her car parked down the block late at night. The police arrested her for trespassing, stalking, and harassment. And here's the thing, her job did fire her. Not just because of the arrest, but because the school found out she had lied about previous warnings. She had another incident years ago, with an ex-boyfriend's new partner. Same pattern.
Same crazy.
But this time, she took it further. When she went to court, she tried to fake a breakdown. Claimed she was mentally unfit and needed treatment instead of jail time. But the judge didn't buy it, especially after hearing the wedding bribe recording and the call with me. She was sentenced to 18 months in county jail, followed by probation and mandatory therapy. She cried in court, not because she was sorry, but because she lost. Again. Naomi didn't face charges, but she lost her job too. Her involvement was all over town gossip by then. Nobody wanted to be around either of them. Now here's where I admit something about me. I didn't have to blow up the wedding like that. I didn't have to play that audio over the speakers. I did it to hurt her. Not just to protect Callie, but to see Trish squirm. And part of me enjoyed it. Callie forgave me. Said I was protecting her. But I know I wanted revenge. I wanted Trish to feel what she made Callie feel. Alone.
Exposed. Small.
Callie and Jacob are doing okay now. She started therapy.
So, did he.
They're healing, slowly. As for me, I think about that moment a lot. Watching her face turn white as the audio played. Watching the crowd turn. Watching her run out. I thought it would feel like justice. But sometimes it just feels heavy. Still, if I had to do it again, I probably would. Because the truth is, if someone's crazy enough to try and destroy love out of jealousy, they deserve to be destroyed by the truth. And in the end, that's exactly what happened.